Hey everyone, thanks for that great intro, Will. As Will mentioned, our focus at Metallicus is bridging TradFi and DeFi. So historically in the world of crypto, we've kind of had banks over here, credit unions over here, and financial institutions on one side, and blockchain on the other side. And they've been sort of adversarial in the sense that it's been difficult. It's difficult for crypto companies to find banking. As a consumer, you might have had your bank account shut off even or closed. If you have a Chase account, you, for example, can't receive any transaction from a crypto exchange. So in the future, we believe that the bank and the credit union will be directly tied to the blockchain. And that's what we're building here at Metallicus. Just to touch on some of our key products in our platform, we have MetalPay, which is our flagship product we launched in 2018. And that's kind of like the original crypto Venmo, if you will. This is before Venmo had crypto, but you can download that in the US and Australia. And soon we'll be launching other countries like New Zealand and bringing back the European Union. We had that a little while ago. I had to shut that off, but that's coming back. And we also have a B2B fiat on-ramp called MetalPay Connect, which is not live yet, but you can go to metalpay.com and tap the MetalPay Connect link and sign up and get some information, and we can start to onboard you onto that platform. It's kind of similar to MoonPay or other fiat ramps you might have seen, but the difference with ours is that we're going beyond just card payments and bank payments. We're going into real-time payment systems, and we're building something very unique with Metal Blockchain where we will directly connect credit unions and banks to the blockchain. So what does that mean? In the future, ideally, you'll be able to deposit and withdraw directly from your checking account right onto the blockchain. So Metal Dollar, that's our reserve-backed non-algorithmic stablecoin. We call it an index. It makes things really easy to move in between, for example, USDC, PayPal Dollar, Paxos, and other stablecoins. Typically, you have to pay some sort of fee if you're using Curve. Even though it's a low fee with the bonding curve, it's still you're still paying something. With Metal Dollar, there's no fee. It's a one-to-one instant interaction. And in the future, credit unions and banks that we onboard into Metal Blockchain will connect into that stablecoin. Soon we'll be bringing that to Metal L2 and the Superchain as well. Right now, it's just on XPR Network, but we will be expanding that out. WebAuth Wallet, that's our non-custodial wallet. So if you're familiar with MetaMask, other crypto wallets, it's a really fantastic product. Our vision for that is to bring web authentication to the Superchain, and that's one of our prizes that we're focused on for this hackathon for this hackathon. Where anybody that's interested in passkeys or web authentication, I'd urge you to check it out and build on Metal L2, and that's recently supported in the latest Superchain Optimism Fjord upgrade. So now you can finally do that. WebAuth Wallet was actually the first crypto wallet to use web authentication on XPR Network, and we hope to bring that to the Superchain, Ethereum, and other blockchains as well. MetalX, this is our decentralized trading platform, our DEX. It's kind of a hybrid between both because it uses digital identity, it uses the fiat ramps of MetalPay, and soon we'll have other ramps as we expand Metal Blockchain. And it's just a great platform for trading. This is what powers MetalPay, and we're looking to bring this to the Metal L2 soon enough and open source that as well. Metal Blockchain, this is what we call our layer 0, and it's a fork of Avalanche. So it does support the EVM and Ethereum. The idea behind Metal Blockchain was that credit unions, banks, financial institutions, it's very difficult for them to come onto public layer 1 blockchains. You have seen some adoption like the BlackRock Biddle Fund and other things like that, but you typically won't see banks themselves coming onto the layer 1s because there's not much control for the credit union and the bank around a public blockchain. For example, in most cases like Bitcoin or other blockchains, you need 51% of the hashing power to take control. That's too much risk for a financial institution. So we came up with the idea of let's make a public chain that can secure private chains. And so in the same way that Avalanche has the subnet architecture, Metal Blockchain has that as well. And in the world of subnets, it's kind of new. There's not many, right? Our vision is to bring subnets to the banking world and credit union world. So in the future, your credit union, your bank will have their own subnet, and getting stablecoin in and out from that subnet is going to be very easy. And Metallicus is also working on building those bridges, for example, to Metal L2 and to the greater Ethereum ecosystem, Superchain ecosystem. This is the vision. So right now we have over a dozen, I think, signed up credit unions announced publicly for Metal Blockchain. We'll be introducing more. It's a slow rolling thing. So when people say, where are the docs for the digital banking network, we'll share with you the docs that we have, but unfortunately we don't have any credit unions live yet, but that should change very soon. I don't know, Will, if you want to go to the next slide. Or is that, okay, yep. So as I mentioned, the vision is really to connect these different layers. You have layer 0, which is for launching chains or subnets, and that's really focused around credit unions and banks. That's where we're focused, but it doesn't preempt anyone from launching their own subnet, especially fintechs, technology companies want to bring them there. But we want to bring the thousands of credit unions and banks to the blockchain. There's 4 top banks. Everybody knows who they are. And I think maybe half of them have openly said that they oppose crypto. So what about the other 5,000 credit unions and 4,500 banks across the United States? And that's just the US, right? And the credit union network is not just the US, but it extends globally into Canada, into Mexico, into Europe. And we look to bring all the credit unions online and connect them to Metal Blockchain through having their own private subnet architecture. In the past, banks, credit unions looked at private ledgers like Hyperledger, like Corda, but what if they could connect to the public blockchain? That's the vision. And Metal L2 is that bridge to the greater DeFi ecosystem. And there is no greater DeFi ecosystem than Ethereum, than the Superchain, in my opinion. Of course, there's Solana, and other chains, of course, and we plan to bridge it out, but our focus really is around the king, Ethereum, and by default, the Superchain, which uses every network in the Superchain, as you know, is using Ethereum as the data availability layer to secure it. And soon, with this latest upgrade, Metal L2 will be one of the first Superchain networks to have fraud proofs, which we'll be announcing soon. Metal L2, as you know, just part of the Superchain network. It's code complete with Optimism, so there really is no major difference. And into the future, I think that's going to be very valuable as the ability to move between different Superchain L2 networks evolves. Vitalik spoke about it, the tweet about this morning, but there's a cultural thing going on, right? You might have one Superchain network that's focused on NFTs. You have you might have Coinbase Base, which is focused around the Coinbase platform. Our platform and our vision is is to connect the thousands of credit unions and banks and financial institutions across the world directly to our network. So that's our focus. And we're building the tools and giving you and the credit unions and banks and FIs that are connected to this the tools that are needed to comply and to build a financial services product that would be in line with typical financial services products. Because as we move forward into the future, crypto is money. And if it's treated like money, it'll be regulated like money. And you as a developer don't want to go through the rigmarole of getting all your money transmission licenses and all of the headache of that compliance. We want to make that easy for you. We want to make that out of the box. And that sounds very scary. And a lot of people, I came from the early crypto movement, as Will mentioned, discovered Bitcoin in December 2009. And I was part of that early cypherpunk movement. I couldn't understand how could you transact Bitcoin without connecting to it, a bank account to it in the first couple of weeks of discovering it. And then I realized, oh, these are magic internet beans. So I very much believe in the permissionless ability in that cypherpunk vision. But at the same time, we live in the real world. We want to go spend crypto at the grocery store. We want to, get cash back in the form of crypto. We want our bank to not shut us down. And if we're a crypto company, you shouldn't have to bend over backwards and, say a magic incantation to get a bank account. It should be simple, right? Or you shouldn't have to know someone that knows someone that knows someone that vouches for you. You should just be able to sign up. You should be able to go to metalblockchain.org and choose from thousands of credit unions and banks that you can connect with that connect into Metal Blockchain and Metal L2. And so to go into our prizes, as I mentioned, we're really excited about Passkeys integration, this latest Optimism Fjord upgrade. So we're focused around that. WebAuth wallet, very soon we will be open sourcing that. Unfortunately,